Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. Somewhere by my side, he's not in his director's chair yet, is Ruru the Rooster, who will be joining us shortly. Tonight, he has had, I'm very proud and happy to say, we've been working on big dietary changes for him since the summer, but tonight was the first time he had a full salad, which I'm very, very excited about. Finally found the right mix for him. Now they say if a little is good, too much might not be a good thing. He did have a salad and a half. We'll see how that goes. But thank you for your patience with us getting our salad into roux. So tonight, lots of fun stuff to talk with you about. Raising your vibration, getting your energy up, what the angels have been sharing with me about this, what I've been learning on my personal journey, because between you and me, I think we hit our 6-month regression recently with Jessica's in the background going, what? I guess we hit our 6-month regression about 3 weeks ago, and we are still coming back out into being human because of that. That's when baby Hana wasn't sleeping so well. She is sleeping much better now, although last night we did an experiment with her that I think worked great for baby Hana and worked great for Jessica. Maybe not so great for me, where we put a sound machine. It's actually a fan, an enclosed fan designed for background noise. We put it near baby Hana, and she slept like a log for the most part. And Jessica slept like a log. And until that darn thing was turned down, I didn't sleep at all. So I'm employing many of the techniques that I'll be sharing with you tonight. Actually, it's one thing called the AAA, 8 cubed, AAA. We can call it any of these things. This technique I learned from the angels that I want to teach you tonight to help get your energy up. And that's what I've been employing as well. With that said, Karen Doyle is going earplugs. Earplugs, Karen, may well be the answer. Last night was the first time that we had a roaring 1950s airplane, propeller plane, parked at the nightstand near our heads. So we shall see. I might even, it's Cyber Monday. It might be good for me to take one last look at looking at my phone here. I'm going to show you a video here in a minute. One last look at sound machines tonight before I sleep. On that note, I want to dive into how we can raise our energy up. We do have, I know a lot of people signed up last week. Awesome. And a bunch of you are going to want to sign up tonight. We have a free daily newsletter that I believe all systems will be go or in place by this Wednesday to start giving you Michael's Daily Woohoo. And that'll be a newsletter with one specific purpose: to raise your vibration, to bring your energy up, to help keep you from being stuck in this heavy kind of depression, anxiety, worry, stress, fear-based world, and help you to vibrate each and every day at a higher vibration. How does it get any better than this? You can go to dailywoohoo.com. You can also go to www, but why type it out? Just type in dailywoohoo.com is the fastest, easiest way to get there. And you can, sign up for our daily woohoo. And it's only going to be a few more days before that gets started. There's been a lot of logistical pieces of putting this puzzle together. With that said, last note that I want to dive into things is we've been running these at about an hour and a half or so. I'm doing my best to shorten them to about an hour. So if possible, and I know this is hard on the West Coast, get here sooner. I will not be running quite as long with these because family obligations and sleep are dictating I get to bed a little bit earlier because to quote Steve Jobs, this has been wow, oh wow, oh wow, a ride with baby Hana. And on that note, I got clearance on what video I could show you here tonight. Let's see how I do this. So I want to get it from the beginning. See if it will focus there. So this is a proud papa moment, and then we will dive into things. Let's see if we can get the focus. There we go. Oh. It's kind of going in and out of focus. It's struggling. Maybe if I bring it up nice and close. All right, let's try that. Ba-ding. This is baby Hana at, I'm working on my mind map. 6, I guess just a couple days ago. She's a week shy of, wow. Oh, a week shy of 7. Oh my gosh. I can't even speak while watching her. That was, and that's her little stuffy squash, her little coyote stuffed animal. And she is so fast. It is just wild and exciting to see. And she knows how to back out of trouble now. I don't know if we'll see that in a second. And then let's just dive into things. There she goes. She's turning it. She's backed out. She's going. She's spinning. She's coming to me. I'm working on a mind map. All right. So, yes, you can just go to baby Hana and she will help raise your vibration. This is one surefire way to do this. The simplest way is to just go to baby Hana. So, let's talk about how we can raise our vibration, shall we? All right. I wake up this morning. We had the lawnmower going in the nightstand next to me, and I'm exhausted. But instead of feeling exhausted, I'm feeling stressed, worried, and anxious. And maybe you felt that too this morning. And I know others in the chat already have mentioned they woke up today feeling stressed, worried, and anxious. So the question, Mary Fryer, I love you, I love you, I love you, who's been a Mystic Circle member. There's a button down below where you can become a Mystic Circle member, get all sorts of behind the scenes videos and goodness. And love you, Mary. And Carol, welcome to the Mystic Circle. So, and no, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. All right. So I woke up this morning, I'm stressed, worried, and anxious. You may have woken up this morning feeling stressed, worried, and anxious as well. In fact, I'm willing to bet that, I don't know, like half of the world woke up this morning stressed, worried, and anxious. There's a term I'm going to use, meaning which is zeitgeist. It means collective consciousness. And right now, collective consciousness is a bit wacky, to say the least. And so I wake up and I'm stressed, worried, I'm anxious. I'm stressed, worried, and anxious. Now, of course, I dive into automatic writing, something that I do teach. And that can help me to determine what's going on. But the question we get to ask when we wake up, stressed, worried, anxious, anything of this sort, is not how much love can we give Mary for her kind donation. Again, thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much, Mary. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, thank you, thank you. The question we get to ask, is it coming from me? Is this energy I'm feeling and coming from me? When it comes to all of these strange emotions that are hitting us so hard right now, and hint, they ain't all coming from you, but we get to determine which are and which aren't. So the first key when it comes to understanding, where's this coming from? What does this mean? Why is this energy here? Is we start to get to know and have an awareness, get to know our inner landscape. There's an expression from the Oracle at Delphi, know thyself. Don't remember if it's Nathi Diem. I know that's day. Nathi something. Somebody will put it down here. Know thyself. You wake up in the morning, you're shaking, you're worried, you're anxious, and you ask, how am I feeling? How am I doing? What is this coursing through my veins? What do I feel moving through my body? And you can even ask yourself, so we want to know what is going on, and we want to know where is this going on? So what do I feel is a great question you can begin asking yourself. So I woke up this morning, and the question is, what do I feel? And then the next question that I get to ask is, how do I not infect Pookie with this? No, get out of the room, go do your automatic writing. No, the next question is, where do I feel this? This is such an important point, Now, this isn't an exercise where we're talking specifically about the chakras, but it is an exercise of understanding, okay, Michael, you're feeling anxious. Where is this anxiousness coming from? And can I locate it in my body? So this is a great question that you can ask yourself. Where am I feeling this in my body? In my case, I wasn't feeling it in my heart. I wasn't feeling it in like my neck. I was feeling the worry, fear, and anxiousness on my chest. And so I ask myself, why am I feeling a tightness on my chest? And I go, well, that's a gorilla. Okay. It would be nice to know the gorilla's name, but gorilla, what is your name? Fear. Oh, great. The gorilla tells bad jokes as it's sitting on my chest. And it's telling me this is about fear. Okay. Why is this fear here? What does this fear mean for me? Or how can I let go of this fear? So, coming from the angelic realm, because they were the one who were helping teaching me this, the first thing that we get to do is crank up the awareness. What am I feeling? Is it coming from me? Where is this coming from? Why is this fear here? It's a lot of questions. Where am I feeling it in my body? I'm feeling it on my chest. I feel like I'm being crushed. I feel like I'm being overwhelmed because there's something that gets to change either for myself or for the collective at large. In fact, we get to ask so much, is this mine? Is this mine? Is this mine? Now, you're an empath. So it's very important to ask, is this mine? And later in the day, you might want to do a little Googling about what's going on in the world today to see truly, is this yours or not? But then you get to ask, what can I do about this? So, for instance, last night or this morning, when I finally got to sleep, I had one of my recurring themes of a dream. And that theme is, to be honest with you, that I messed something up again, that I blew something, that I made a bad decision. And what does this mean? I'm having this sequence of dreams so that I can learn how to be braver and be bolder and step into my power by not worrying as much about what's going to happen. This is so key. You will never be afraid, face fear, worry, or anxiety, which are all just energy, without there being a message behind it. All of the energy that comes to you has a message. It's sort of like if the phone rings, chances are there's someone speaking. I'm going to robocalls aside. There's someone speaking on the other side. There's a message behind the ring. So, whoa, Rue just tripped under the table. Rue, are you okay? I don't even see where he just went. He might make a cameo in a little bit. Oh, he's over going for some consolation from Mama Bear right now. Oh, what are you eating? Potato. Oh, he wants really? He wants a fruit bar? Maybe. He does love his fruit. Energy always comes with a message. First, you get the ring, then you get the message. So the first step is to figure out what you're feeling. What am I feeling? I feel like there's a gorilla on my chest. Okay. The second is to determine why. Now, obviously, I talk all the time about doing automatic writing and going to your angels to find out why, but you can also put the message out there and simply ask, what is this I'm feeling, or why am I feeling it? First step, awareness, checking in. What is going on with me? Second step, ask and listen. For your angels and guides are always speaking to you. Always, always, always. What has changed my life more than anything else? Pookie. What has changed my life more than anything else besides Pookie? Rue. What else? Hana Bear. What else? Talking with my angels and guides all the time and asking them questions and listening. Listening is a lost art that is so important. Ask questions and go quiet. Why am I feeling this way? Breathe in and out. Maybe count to 3. In through the nose, down to the belly, and out. One more time. In and out. You need to give your angels, your guides, your higher self, your higher team, whomever is on the other side of the veil, a chance to speak to you. Is it as simple as all I have to do is listen and there'll be an answer? Well, there'll be an answer, but typically it will have an action involved. But yes, angels and guides aren't going to take your question and go, I'm just going to let that person suffer down there. I'm just going to let them squirm. Now, the answer may not be, as crystal clear as you'd like it to be in the moment. For instance, we have been, I'm going to use a very technical term here, flummoxed, and finding out where we're supposed to live next. The angels and guides are working with us to understand things at a higher level. So they're not saying you're going to go to 1432 or, Hooksborough Road or something. They're not saying that. What they are doing is challenging us to learn more about ourselves in the process, which actually over the long run is even more valuable. However, when you ask, there will always be some sort of an answer. Always, always, always. They won't just say, if you asked your angel, well, how am I feeling? And they go, well, you're feeling bad. They won't just say, you're feeling bad. They'll say, you're feeling bad, and here's what you can do about it. So if I was to have a show and I say, the angels have the answer to everything for you, and come listen tonight, and there's one answer, maybe other than speaking to the angels or spreading love, which I guess is more than one answer, but angels always have a very specific message for you. A very specific message for you. What does this mean? It means we get to listen in particular for the message for us, not a generic message. And our angels want to help us to be more empowered to take action on whatever message we're given. This is so key. Angels, if anything, are flummoxed, use that word again, befuddled, beriddled, maybe, but befuddled by the fact that we won't step forward individually and as a collective. We know how to fix this earth. Stop freaking fighting. Stop charging for energy. Start feeding people. Hello. There are some very simple steps. Get the heck off of fossil fuels. These aren't political. There are some very simple steps we can take to do better. And the angels watch us and go, why? 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 And the ultimate answer is we feel disempowered. You and I feel disempowered as individuals that we can make a difference. Countries feel disempowered that they can make a difference. Maybe even parts of the globe feel disempowered that they can make a difference. So starting tonight, the angels want to help you become empowered. How does it get any better than this? They want you to start an empowerment journal. What in the world is an empowerment journal? An empowerment journal, is a device to help you become more empowered in life. Okay, that sounds like a Webster's dictionary saying, what does this word mean? Well, see the other word. What is that? Let's see the first word. But an empowerment journal is something you use to write down things to help you become more empowered. They can be big things like finding a job, finding a new partner, moving far away, dating again, getting healthy. They could be little things, which may actually seem quite large, like buying art supplies or getting a sketch pad or going out to a gathering or simply being just a little bit more social. So what we do with the empowerment journal is we write down things that would make us feel good or make us feel empowered. Heck, if you go to a gathering and you survive, and you will, you may feel empowered to do something else. If you've wanted to draw for years and you haven't, and you buy yourself a sketch pad, woohoo, you may be empowered to take action and start drawing again. When you write something down in your empowerment journal, you are literally empowered to take action on it. How does it get any better than this? Here's the secret. Nothing in your empowerment journal, nothing, no thing came from you. Everything that's really good, fun, and exciting that comes to you comes from greater than you, comes from your higher self, comes from your angels, comes from your guides, comes from past lives. But it didn't come from you going, what would really excite me? What would make me feel really good? It doesn't work that way. Baby Hana doesn't go in the morning, I think that walker might be really fun. Or I don't have a video pulled up at the moment, but she knows Michael Jackson dance moves on the bouncy. We haven't shown her any videos, and I'm not that good of a dancer. I'm laughing. I have fun, but I'm not that good. She will go up on her toes and do the whole Michael Jackson thing and put her hands out to the side. It's just wild. They came in here with her. Those skills didn't come from her. She's not thinking about, I'm going to go up on my toes. I'm going to do a power slide here. I'm going to pull this spin, which is just dumbfounding at 6 months old of age to see her doing these moves. Power slide. They didn't come from her. If she was to start an empowerment journal, and she doesn't need to because at the moment she is fully empowered, but if she was to start an empowerment journal, she'd probably put down dance and run in her walker and so many other fun things. They didn't come from her. So the things that go into the empowerment journal didn't come from you, which means that they have a very special sacred energy to help empower you. If you will start doing them, if you will start doing the ideas that come from the other side. Angels, guides, higher self, all know you better than you. How do I put this? All right, let's go for it. There is you sitting in this chair right now, your energy, having an energetic experience in human form. Hi, I'm energy purporting to be, pretending to be, appearing to be Michael. Good to meet you. There is Michael or a Michael Ness in this chair right here. But is that all of Michael? If you wiggle your butt in your chair, is this all of you? This is one tiny little aspect of you stuffed into a tiny little body. But you are energy. Energy is everywhere at all times. You are everywhere at all times. You just have the appearance of only being here. So when I talk about your higher self, your soul, that I say is on the other side of the veil, it's the mind bender or blower. There is no other side. There is the everything, And then there is the appearing to be less than everything that is still part of the everything. This, me, I'll call this my small self, has collective amnesia. It has the veil that's not allowing me to see what's really there, but it's still really there. Sort of like if you pull back the curtain, there's the Wizard of Oz, still there. What does this mean? It means that your higher self is everywhere at every moment, is watching everything that you do, is here, is there, is everywhere, and so are your angels and guides. So your angels and guides are not, angel, come help me. They're sitting at the table with your higher self. They're watching everything that's going on at this moment. And in fact, they know all moments of your existence. And they know you infinitely better than you know yourself. Infinitely better because they're sitting side by side with you right here, right now, at this moment. And they're talking with your higher self, going, how do we make this better? For Mary, for John, for Michael, for Jessica, for Hana. Well, Hana's got it dialed at the moment. But no, they're asking it of everyone. For Rue, how do we make things better? The trick is they then speak to us. Your higher self has a hard time getting through. The ego really gets in the way. Your angels can try to bypass your egoic mind, but that pesky ego always puts up a fight. That's why it's so important that we listen and we practice listening. Now, people have asked me, Michael, you say you're an angel's guide. You automatic writing, you write to your angels. Why don't you write to God? Well, I don't know about you, but my egoic mind has a hard enough time wrapping itself around angels and guides. But if I try to write, and yes, Neil Donald Walsh, I can do this too, write to God. If I try writing to God, my egoic mind gets really, really upset and wants to reject that information. All of us, and if I say God, I mean source energy, universe, love, consciousness, the Akashic field, whatever we want to call it. The egoic mind loves to get on our case about this. So the way that we bypass the egoic mind is to go to a liaison. And a liaison is your angels, your guides. That is much easier to believe. An intermediary. For some reason, I wrote down in my notes, a consigliere. Now, I haven't watched The Godfather in at least 20 or 30 years or read the book, so I'm not sure if consigliere is the right term, but that's what I wrote down. Jill Mitchell has been a member of the Mystic Circle for 10 months. Woohoo! And she wrote, what comforts me is sending love, love, love to everyone as you shared with us. So this is something that empowers Jill. And so Jill gets to go into an elevator. Jill gets to go into a coffee shop. Jill gets to go everywhere and send love. And that will empower Jill. I love you, Jill. Thank you for the love received and sent right back your way. So, to determine what would light us up, what empowers us, go to your angels, go to your guides, and ask, and listen, and write it down. So let me break down this little exercise for you. I'm going to have you do this week. Then we're going to go briefly into questions, probably do a short little meditation. We do have a meditation channel, and I believe Aya or Anne can write down a link to our latest meditation. How does it get any better than this? Here's my challenge for you this week, and it is the 3 A's. A number 1, and I think that's a steak sauce too. Can we make it a good vegan steak sauce? A story for another day. Okay. A number 1, gain awareness to how you're feeling. You wake up in the morning. I'm looking at Rue. I'm wondering if I can bring him on camera. He's looking so exhausted next to me. A number 1, awareness. How am I feeling? How am I feeling? A number 2, ask and listen. Where is this coming from? You wake up in the morning and you go, and I've done this before, and there's been big mass shootings when I've woken up and I've been so completely beside myself. And I've said, all right, what am I feeling? I feel beside myself. And then I go, all right, where is this coming from? And I heard loud and clear, this ain't coming from you. All right, that's so important to know. A number one, awareness. A number two, ask and listen. Make sure you take the time to listen. Pin yourself to the bed. Take time with the TV off or with the YouTube or whatever else off in the kitchen to sit and listen. Or in the car, shut off the radio and listen. Ask and listen. And then we want to take inspired action. Action that is determined by first writing in our empowerment journal and then taking small steps forward. Yeah, but Michael, if there's all these world crises going on, if there was this shooting going on, then what does writing in my empowerment journal have anything to do with the shooting? Well, unless you have the ability to pass some sort of a gun law today, and if so, please do. But unless you have that ability to do so, then the message for you is not of global catastrophe or global crisis, but it's been brought home to what can you do for yourself to raise your vibration. And just as I said that, Rue jumped up on his chair. He's raising his own vibration. What can you do to raise your own vibration up, which will then help raise everyone else's? What can you do to be empowered? Now, we write in our empowerment journal, and soon enough, without even trying, chances are it will empower us to take divine empowered action. You can't write day after day after day. It'd be empowering. It'd be empowering to be in the mountains. It'd be empowering to hike in the mountains. It'd be empowering to hike in the mountains. Before sooner or later, you're going to find yourself hiking in the mountains. Thank you, Jill, with her 1111 kind donation. How does it get any better than this? When you write in the journal, soon enough, you're going to take inspired divine action. Here's the thing. I don't need you to take massive action. I'm a micro action kind of guy. We don't, generally speaking, need heroic steps. Sometimes they're necessary. My guess is whatever move we do next may require a little bit of heroism and going, oh my gosh, because we've been trying to move local or relatively local. The doors haven't opened, and we are so open and so listening, we may have to take a heroic step. But first, we go for the small steps. Changing your energy on a daily basis, changing your path is not about moving mountains. It's about taking small steps on a daily basis, baby steps. Like you saw with baby Hana, was actually flying in her walker. She makes us feel like there's no such thing as a big enough home with how fast she's going in her walker right now. It's about taking small steps, taking baby steps. And when you put that energy out there to the universe, doors magically begin to open. Here's the thing. You're not playing a human game. Rue's certainly not playing a human game, but he's also not playing a rooster game. He's playing an energetic game. Everything is about energy. Everything is about what you do with that energy, how you perceive that energy, how you move that energy around, what you do to play with that energy. So when you wake up in the morning and you're going, excuse me, when you wake up in the morning doing that, What you're saying is, I have stuck energy that doesn't know where to go. It doesn't know how to move forward. Grab your empowerment journal. Mountains, hiking, water, swimming, painting, drawing, dancing, being, somethinging. Oh, this is where I can put my energy. And those tiny little angelic baby steps get you wherever you want to go. Last note, you saw baby Hana in the walker. Well, 3 weeks ago, her feet barely touched the ground. Barely. And now she didn't know what to do. Now she's running in that thing. The more you take steps, now clearly the steps didn't help her to grow, but they did help her to get feedback, to get information, and to learn where to go, how to navigate, how to move through this world. She took tiny little baby steps just on the tip of her tiny little toes. And now she is flying. I want this for you too. Take the tiny little baby steps. You will find yourself flying. 3 A's. Hi, Heen. She was late tonight. Heen was late tonight, was communing with, I'm assuming it's a her. Heen was communicating with her angels. I love you, Heen. Thank you for your kind donation. 3 A's. Awareness. Ask and listen. Write in that empowerment journal and take inspired divine action. Awareness, ask, 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 action. Of course, yes, sign up for the newsletter where your energy goes up and up and up and up and up. But really, awareness. Why am I feeling this way? Which is an ask. So what am I feeling? Awareness. Why am I feeling this way? An ask. And listen. What do I get to do? Write in the empowerment journal and you see what to do. An action. This will help you shift your energy and shift it quick, fast. And I believe I and Ann have been posting this in the chat, in which case, thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, speaking of thank you, Dharma Cohen with 1111. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Love you, Dharma. Love you, Dharma. Love you, Dharma. And keep thinking about Sedona. So it was very, very cool seeing both of you there, and very, very cool getting to play in Sedona. All right, let's go do some questions. This is going to be a good one. From Think Thoughts That Feel Good. So many of us around the world call on angels, guides, source energy for help, and yet seemingly these helpers are doing a rather poor job in helping humanity. Oh no. If these were my employees, they would have been fired a long time ago for not doing their job they were called upon to do. Why are they not helping to the degree we desire, and or why are humans not receiving the help that we desire? Subtle difference, but powerful. Okay, thoughts. Thank you. I don't like my answer. I'm going to stick with my answer. Think thoughts that feel good, but I don't like my answer. It's got 2 parts to it. Part number 1, we're going to give you the latter part first. Part number 1 is humanity is making her own choices for her own way to learn. And when I say her, I think of humanity as one being, as one soul, of which we are an energetic piece of that soul. We are a cell as part of the whole of humanity. And humanity has chosen a tougher road to learn right now. That's her path. That's her choice until the day comes that humanity chooses otherwise. So our helpers support us within the current paradigm, but within our current belief system, until we're ready to put in a new belief system. You don't fire the computer for operating. What am I on? What am I on operating system here? About this Mac. I am on Mac OS Monterey. My guess is there's something much newer than Monterey. I don't fire Monterey for doing Monterey-edness work. But wait a second, I keep getting the wrong answers or something. That's not the operating system's fault. It's not the helper's fault. It's the program that I'm putting in that the helpers are stuck working within. So humanity gets to raise to a higher level game. You're doing your part. Think thoughts that feel good. That energy literally helps shift the planet. Putting out a daily woohoo or all of our shows of all our things to raise our energy to help shift the planet, because think thoughts that think good, that feel good. It's all about an energetic game. So the second part, the first part, which is really the second part, is the operating system. And until humanity chooses a higher level operating system, this is kind of the only game in town temporarily. Now, when I say the only game, certainly we can escape the matrix, and I want to teach you how to be able to live in both worlds at the same time, here and outside of the matrix. However, we get to work with this system. There's something beneficial to it. And that's actually the second point. Your helpers are doing an amazing job at helping you learn how to grow, how to expand, how to see the world differently, how to connect differently, how to interact differently, how to raise your energy, all of these different things. Where if they simply changed the world and gave you the answer, you would only learn bubkiss, zero from it. Because at the end of the day, think thoughts that feel good. This is school. And you are one of very few, we can call it 8 billion, sure, humans. There's many more souls on this planet than this. But you are one of 8 billion humans, 8 billion human spirits in human form, that chose to be here at this time from all around the entire universe or universes. And there's a lot more than 8 billion spirits there that chose to come here at this time to learn, to grow, to expand, to take this wild, nauseous, courageous, crazy ride. Why? Why did you come here now, think thoughts that feel good? Why? Your soul came here to learn something special, to develop, to grow, to expand, to experience. You don't do any of that if you say, helper. It's sort of like changing channels. Look, when the first TV came out, I bet people were going, ah. And then when it was multiple channels, 3 channels, ah. And then it was 10 or 12 channels, ah. And then you had UHF, ah. And then you had cable. And at some point, TV programming stopped mattering. You could just change the channel and watch something else, and change the channel and watch something else. And it went from a mind-blowing experience to a mind-boring experience. It lost all meaning to it. If your helpers and guides give you all the answers, if they make it smooth sailing, believe me, we've taken some serious licks in this family. If they gave it to us the easy way, we wouldn't have the appreciation, we wouldn't have the energy, we wouldn't have the growth. And even to this day, but Michael, you're a teacher. Why didn't you talk with the angels on a daily basis? Why don't you know where you get to go next? It's a great reason for it. Wouldn't you want to fire your helpers because they're not giving you the answer? No, but I mean, is it frustrating? Yeah, I'd love to know. I would love to know. I want to hang my hat. Oh gosh, I want to. God, gosh, everything. I want to hang my hat. But I'm learning, and it's kind of cool. It's one hell of a ride. So that's a different way of thinking about your helpers. Think thoughts that feel good. I think they're doing one hell of a job, given our current circumstances and what we signed up for. Randy Schuett. Does a person need to call on angels out loud, or will they respond to simply calling them in your head? My opinion is, well, I put a bottle here with almost no water. Hold on here. Drum roll, please. Because maybe other people around, you don't want them to know. It's all energy. You don't have to say anything out loud. Yes, but there's a certain resonance and frequency. Sure. I think singing it, seriously, is even better than saying it. But it's not necessary at all. You can say these things right in your head. They hear you no matter what. It doesn't matter. Your angels will hear you. And so, enough of that. They hear you. They hear your energy. Now you do get to reach out to them. They can't take big action if you don't ask for it. I guess that could be an addendum to the question that was just given to us from Think Thoughts That Feel Good. Angels can't act except for very severe select circumstances, like pull your car to the side or tripping while running down a mountain. They can't put your feet beneath you, for instance, except for those rare circumstances, unless you call on them and ask. So, quietly in your head, whichever way you've got, make sure you make the ask. Does it help to her? Does it help to ask many times? I say throw the kitchen sink at them, but you don't need to beat them over the head. The angels at this point know, know we want an amazing home. They know it, they know it, they know it. And they're challenging us to look different ways, and they're challenging us to look different ways, and they're challenging us to look different places. But we don't need to keep making the ask, making the ask, making the ask. Does it hurt? No. Just make sure at least once, and probably many times, you make the ask. Heather Phillips. I'd love advice on how to get through the depression caused by the dark night of the soul. I've been in it for the better part of this year, and it's really tough. I'm gonna go nuts on you here, Heather. If you draw, if you sketch, if you anything, I want you to draw the dark night of the soul as a I can't remember the Sesame Street character. There's a Sesame Street character. He's in the Muppet movie. Very big guy, long strands of hair, kind of this huge oafish kind of guy. He may have danced. He may have even played a musical instrument. But I want you to draw out your depression as another being. And then I want you to make friends with your depression and start talking to your depression and asking your depression questions. Hey, depression, how you doing? How you feeling? You know, does a depression feel depressed? Does a depression want to take action? I'm not making light of this, Heather. What I'm doing is helping you to alchemically shift the energy of your depression, because the depression is not you. It's an energy, and it's an energy that's not moving. That's what depression is. It's stuck energy. What is depressed water? It's a festering pond. It's not alive. It's not flowing. So we want to observe it, see that it's not moving, and then ask what it will take to get that energy moving. Now, here's a key point. It's okay for it to go through a natural cycle. It's okay for you to be down. I've had periods where I've gone. Now, as a teacher of this stuff, I go pating a lot faster. I used to be, I go down and I'm gone. And now it's pating right back up real quickly. But depression's depression. It's okay. But let's play with our depression. Let's mold our depression. Let's use our depression. Let's make our depression into the greatest experience we've ever had in our lives. When do we learn best? Is it when we're all going woohoo and so excited and everything is going great? Or, Heather, is it we learn best when shit's gone down? I mean, think about it. What was your most interesting vacation you've ever taken, or the vacation you remember the most? For me, it was Morocco. Oh, Morocco was so cool. Yeah, but Michael, didn't you get food poisoning? Uh-huh. Didn't they try to trade your partner for a Berber rug? Uh-huh. Didn't you get mugged after being in a taxi ride for 500 kilometers where the taxi driver had to bribe the police to keep going? Uh-huh. Didn't you have stomach conditions for years and years and years, maybe to present day, because of the food poisoning and then the giardia you got on top of the food poisoning when you were in Morocco? Uh-huh. Well, why was that the coolest, wildest experience? because it was like Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was wild. It was crazy. It was living. It wasn't all fun. So Heather, this can be the crazy, wildest, most dark, horrific, awesome year of your life. It's simply a shifting of that energy. And last note, I'm not making light of any of this, but I do want you to befriend your depression and start talking to her or him. Make your depression your BFF until they lose that cloak, lose 50 or 100 pounds, and then make them your best running buddy. All right, from Stacy. We'll take a few more questions. I'm going to do my best to keep this short. Aya and Ann, I forgot to mention this beforehand, but I want to challenge you to help me to try to keep this to an hour. So at some point you get to shut off the questions, because as everybody, every beautiful soul here knows, I will just keep answering every single question I can because I want to help everyone. And I will keep going until the wee hours in the morning because I want to help everybody. I want to help you. So and let's say that when we hit the 1 hour mark tonight, we go and we cut off those questions. I'll do the best I can and get into a meditation. Okay, so from Stacy. Hi there. My question is, when one is raising the vibration, are there sounds like buzzing and vibrational sounds associated with this practice, raising one's vibration? Quite often, yes. It doesn't have to be, but oftentimes there are a few things. First off, we tend to get downloads in sound. So when you hear the bzzz or boo sound, those are real. Those are downloads. That's information. That's a raising of our vibration. Vibration is informed energy. It's a raising of our vibration coming from the universe. So you may well hear things, but you also might gain awareness. So for instance, Dharma Cohen, who asked the next question, she was out at Sedona at the Illuminate Film Festival when I was out there. And I got to sit next to her for just a little bit. And she's my hero. She rocks. It was awesome. So I get out to Sedona. And I get out there, East Coast time, about 2 o'clock in the morning, go to sleep. And before the sunrise, I am woken up by not quite a didgeridoo, but it just keeps going. And I couldn't sleep. It's called Schumann's resonance. It's the hum of the earth. Certain places it's louder than others. And as you plug in at a higher and higher frequency, it is easier and easier to hear the earth. And it was so screaming loud that a good hour before the sunrise, I was parked in my rental car at the start of what's called Cathedral Rock to go hike and clamber up the steep rock face to go watch the sunrise, because the earth and the buzz and the vibration were so loud. And that buzz, that vibration, and different buzzes and vibrations tend to get louder and louder as you go up the vibrational ladder. It doesn't mean you've got tinnitus or anything of the sort, but it's either information coming to you or a greater awareness of what is. All right. Dharma Cohen, question. Can people get the movie that I was in Sedona, Facing Fear? So many people would love to see it. Everyone's facing fear. Dharma, I believe, I could be wrong, it's by Bill Bennett. He's the equivalent of the Oscar winner in Australia many, many times over. I know they're doing another showing in the States in January. And then I believe at some point they will have an internet release of it. I don't know when that is, and I will be sure to get Bill on the show for that. Aya, please take a note so that I can ask my dear friend Bill so we can come back on the show when the movie is available for everyone, because I think it is huge and couldn't agree more, Dharma. So I don't know exactly when that is, but I do know that eventually everybody will be able to see it. Colleen, how can one determine if their third eye is open? Everyone here tonight, everyone watching this, does not have a fully closed third eye. There is no such thing as an empath who does not see with their third eye. Now, the question is, how much is the third eye open? Or how receptive are we to what we are seeing? So, it is possible to take in lots of information without translating it well. For instance, there is this green pine wrap Christmas adornment on the neighbor's fence next to this house. It looks really cool. However, I need new glasses, something bad, something fierce. And they're coming, they're on order. How does it get any better than this? Well, when they show up. But a couple of days ago, Jessica and I are out walking, and she goes, look at the Christmas decorations in a neighbor's yard. They've already decorated. And I'm like, where? And I could not see it with my vision until she said, look at the fence. I look, I stare, and then it pops into consciousness what I'm looking at. Oh, wow, the whole thing has been decorated. That's the same with the third eye. You're taking in a lot more information than you realize, Colleen. But until you practice and spend time with it and allow things to bubble up and really become tangible to you, it's hard to know what's there. Now, practice helps. Having a practice. Automatic writing is one such practice, but there are many more practices when it comes to your third eye. This is important. Taking time, hanging out in the park, your back up against a tree, eyes closed, seeing what you feel, seeing what you sense, looking with your eyes open, seeing what you feel, seeing what you sense. This helps develop that third eye more so that not only are you taking in that information, but you're able to better interpret it. All right. Holy smokes. I'm going to do my best to take 2 more questions here. Let's see how this goes, because it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 questions. Let's see if I can get to 2. And I know, Mary, yours is going to be one of them. But let's see. Let's see how I do. And I'm going to train Anne and Aya to stop the questions a little bit sooner. All right. We've got Debbie-ville. If we can see our future, does it mean this is our new future? Ooh. See, the simplest answer would be the future isn't written. But that's kind of a cliche line out of the movies, Debbie. It's the futures are written. It's just which future do we wish to choose? Put another way, there's an infinite number, I call it an infinitude, of doors around us. If you think of the movie The Matrix and going down one of the halls, there's an infinite number of doors there that we can go through to an infinite number of futures. The key to the door, the key that unlocks the door, is the energy that you're vibrating at. Not a better energy, not a worse energy, but a vibrational match. Sort of like we've all seen, I don't know if it's Mission Impossible or what movie, where somebody makes a sound like on a keypad, and that sound is a vibrational match to the door lock and the door pops open. When you're a vibrational match to your future, the door pops open. So the question is, it doesn't mean if we can see our future, is this our new future? It is which future you choose. You may see a vision of your future and go, I like that. That's what I want. It feels good to me. And you hold on to that feeling sense. And more likely than not, that will be your future. Or you may see a future and go, that's not what I want. What I really want is, and you get in the feeling state of whatever it is you really want, and you stay in that vibrational space, and you pop open a different door. Last note, Debbie, visions of the future often come to us to steer us in different directions. Visions of the future often come to us to steer us in different directions. In other words, well, we've all had this experience probably. You may have dated one person just so that you would get back in the game, wake up enough, change what you want to date another person that turned out to be an even better match for you. One was a stepping stone, it's a sad way to put it, but helped shift you in a direction. Seeing one future may help shift you. It's Sedona. Oh my God, crazy, incredible, so cool. Even though I was there for like, I don't know, 40 waking hours. But I got to be out on the trails twice. I got to be in that energy twice. I got to see a coyote on the trail that looked like my dog Pumpkin once. Well, I guess twice on the same hike. It didn't mean that I don't have this vision of I'm going to be living in Sedona. So who knows? I'm open. But what it was is a steering or a marker for me to steer me toward a future that is best for me. So seeing a future is usually a marker or a guide steering you into the direction of what is best for you. All right, Mary said to skip her question. Okay, all right. So Roseanne asked, I have a hen in my house now. How do you clean up after roost? She's in a box now, but when I'm out, when I go to work. Hens and roosters, like all other animals, do not like to poo in their own environments. So if you keep her in a soft kennel, for instance, chances are she will keep it as clean as she can unless you can't get back in time, and then you get to clean it afterwards. If you take her out, she can go to the bathroom outside. Can you litter train? You can litter train. Challenging, but doable. For ourselves, it's a matter of taking him out. If you get him outside, he goes to the bathroom outside. If you keep him in his own kennel, he will do everything possible not to have an accident in it. So it's kind of learning along those lines. But there are articles you can use for on litter training. And if they're small enough, if your hen is small enough, you can use diapers as a backup option as well. I'm seeing if there's any last question. I'm going to go to Aaron for the last question of the evening because it relates so directly. How can we use our power to connect with the other side and not just communicate one way in a prayer or asking type of way, but to engage back and forth? Aaron, obviously, I'm going to say automatic writing first because it's such a way that you have a technology at your hands to be able to hear from spirit, ask spirit questions, hear from spirit, and ask spirit questions. There is also, Aaron, a lot to be said for being crazy. Talking to spirit, going for walks and talking to spirit and listening to spirit and asking spirit questions and listening some more and asking. We have lost the art of talking with the other side of the veil. That's perhaps why I teach writing to the other side, but there's no reason we can't talk with the other side of the veil as well. We all have the ability to do it. I'm not a prayer guy. I don't believe in just going, help me, God. I believe we're going to have a talk, aren't we? Or like Miraku this morning, I dove into automatic writing. I don't even know what it was that I was saying or thinking, but she's like, and away we go in this conversation, Aaron. That's where I want you to practice and for you to pray. And I can't help but sneaking a peek at Mary's question. What does it mean when you hear your name called twice in one night, along with repeating numbers over and over again beforehand and after? How do you discern these signs? So, Mary, spirit is screaming at you. Spirit is asking you to listen. Spirit is asking you to communicate with spirit. And I know you're probably already doing all of this, but spirit is, I don't even know how to put this because it's not in geographic terms. Spirit is closer to you now than ever, which means there is no better time in your life, Mary, to communicate with spirit. Don't worry, like Aaron's saying, if you're not hearing all of the answers yet, but I want you in the practice of practice of practice. I know you're getting 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. I know you're getting the works right now. I am convinced of it, and I think I actually saw you write it earlier. But they're trying to get your attention so that as best as you can right now, Mary, you live this experience, this time that Mary is cocooning up. This is Mary being broken down into an ooze in the cocoon to come out from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Let's see if, Mary, we can get you communing with spirit as close to 24/7 as we possibly can. Now, some people have probably been there. I can't say I'm one of them. I will commune with spirit quite a bit, then I'll forget. Then I'll commune with spirit quite a bit, and then I'll forget. But I want to see how much you can do it. So at a minimum, do your automatic writing. First thing in the morning, last thing at night, one time in between. At a maximum, go for walks, talk with spirit. Go into the hills, talk with spirit. Go down to a brook, talk with spirit. Take a bath or shower, talk with spirit. Make your coffee, talk with spirit. Everything, talk with spirit. And don't just talk, listen and see what you can do. Now, this, Mary, is a huge, forget about the newsletter, talking about raising your vibration. If you're communing with spirit 24/7, you're in like, well, who would land? It's pretty cool. But beyond that, spirit is molding you. Spirit is carving you. Skill is sculpting you. We had someone asking a question about the dark night of the soul earlier. And what I didn't mention is I see the dark night of the soul very differently. So, Heather, I see the dark night of the soul very differently because I see the dark night of the soul as the, what was that movie? Big Hero 6, a movie about these superhero kids. And the superhero kids, I think, all got their butts kicked. And then they came together and hanging out on the couch. And they said that butt kicking was our backstory, the backstory to our greatness. Heather, Dark Night of the Soul is the backstory to your greatness. So when we talk, Mary, about everything that's going on right now, this is the backstory to your greatness. And the more at the time of the backstory, the dark night of the soul, the challenging time, the period where we're going WTF at best, is when all the greatness is happening. But we can only see it in hindsight. So we just believe and trust the process as best we can, play with the energies that are there now. The holy shit, after holy shit, after holy shit, after holy shit moments. And you've been there. We've been there. I'm sure Heather's been there. We've all been there. Many are here tonight. You can almost laugh if you don't cry at the holy shit moments. You can cry as well. There's no harm in crying. It's not a low vibration action. Crying is not a low vibration action. It's detoxing the soul. It's really good for it. Do it. Use it for everyone. But we recognize something really, I don't know how to put it. Sorry, forgive me. Something really mofo cool is coming out of this. Something really mofo cool is coming out of this experience. And I never say to the universe, bring it on. But something really mofo cool will come out of this experience. And angels and guides and universe is knocking at the door for you, Mary. Pound back. All right. With that said, I'm going to take a sip of water. We're going to dive into a really, really short meditation. And then I encourage you to go to our meditation channel. Hopefully, Aya and Ann have the links there so you can go to and check out our latest meditation. And definitely come join me. That's wild. I apparently blistered. I woke up in the middle of the night and Jessica said, I need you to go make some milk for baby Hana. And I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And I went downstairs and I couldn't believe I said it. I said, like, this is the night from heck. And I don't know if I said hell or heck, probably heck, but this is a night from hell. And then I said, oh, I can't believe I said that. No, cancel, clear, release. I send love. I send love. And I went and took some hot water, basically boiling water out of the kettle that I'm going to heat up some milk with. And I tipped it to pour it, and the top came off of it, and either boiling water or steam hit my finger, and now the side of it had a blister that just popped. And I said, yep. In other words, watch where your energy is at, Michael. It's all an energy game. You have fun, you laugh, you cry, and you have fun again. All right, let me get that water. And then we're going to do just a really, really short meditation here. I think Aya is probably going, you totally got lost there, Michael. I'm sorry. I used a popped blister. Bear with me here. All right. I'm going to do just about a 2-minute meditation or so, and then do check out our meditation channel, which has some beautiful, beautiful meditations. And hopefully Anne was able to snag the latest link and can bring you right to it now, so you can get an even more vibration raising or vibrational alignment of a meditation. Let's just do that for a second. Just breathe in. Breathe in again. Breathe in one more time. We are going to do the world's simplest meditation here tonight. I want you to imagine we are in a giant circle, of course, of everybody watching this, past, future, and present. And we are all holding hands. We're all breathing in together and out together. In and out. In and out. As we continue to breathe in and out in this, the world's easiest, shortest meditation, we're going to call on our angels, call on our guides right now. In fact, let's go specifically to the feathery ones. I call in all the angels that are by my side. Feel free to repeat after me. I call in all the angels that are by my side. I call in all the angels who help support me, give me strength, and give me courage. Angels, please help me now by making your presence known, by flapping your wings behind me, and letting me feel the air brush up against the back of my neck. And angels, may you help relax me in this moment by taking your wings, and though I don't know how it works, helping massage out my shoulders and neck even just a little bit. Ooh. Can you feel the wings? Can you feel the tension just start to melt away? Oh yeah, right about there, angels. Feel them massaging your neck. Feel them massaging your shoulders. Maybe you've had a tension headache and they're massaging all the way up to the back just behind your ears. Can angels really do this? Give you a massage? Yes, absolutely. Would they like to do it? Oh, they'd be honored. If there's any sore spot on your back, your shoulders, or your neck, ask your angels to get it for you now. And let's just take a minute, imagining, feeling, sensing that the world's greatest angelic masseur is working on your back, shoulders, or neck right now. And feel that tension melt away. Now I have one more request. Maybe you're starting to feel like jello, in which case feel free to stay in this state as long as you're like your angels are happy to keep working with you. But if you're ready to come back, there's just one more thing I'd like you to ask of your angels who are being super kind for you tonight. Angels, may I have a hug. And feel those wings holding you, embracing you, keeping you safe. And know these angels, they're not just here to give you a massage. They're here to support you, to give you strength, to give you courage, to help you every single step of the way. All you need to do is make the ask and then take that divine inspired action after they're done giving you your massage and your hug. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? So that's all I have for this evening. Definitely sign up for that daily woohoo beginning. I believe it's going to be Wednesday. We're getting the final pieces of the puzzle together from my team, but we're going to be getting you energy and energetic attunement on a daily basis, probably much better than caffeine, to say the least. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Love you, Mary. Love you, Aya. Love you, Anne. Love you, Dharma. Love you, everyone. Oh my God, P. Durano. How does it get any better than this? Thank you for your kind donation. Thank you, Angie. Thank you. Aparahita. Oh, what a beautiful name. Virtual hug for you too. And Susan and Jen and everyone, have an amazing evening ahead. I'm going to get everybody to bed, although this is Rue. Rue likes going to bed here now till the middle of the night, and then he asked me to bring him into his soft kennel. He just likes staying on his roost here. Love you guys so much. Keep on shining bright. And how does it get any better than this? Woohoo! Love you guys. Good night. Great job, Rue. Thank you for holding space from the director's chair.